Music, intro.
Intro.
Jesse. Hi,
I'm,
everybody. I'm Sarah.
I'm Alex.
And
We
we
moved
moved
to
to
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand. And today we have a special Christmas episode.
I think so. I think people would want to know how Christmas in Wisconsin might be a little different than Christmas in Canterbury.
That's right. First Christmas. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Like that we're unintentionally making this a drinking game. These are mocktails, but nonetheless, you have fun, Wisconsin.
That's right.
Um, yeah, so what do you think was noticeably different?
Well,
I mean, I can start if you'd like.
I think everything.
That's fair. That's
Functionally, the only thing that was the same is that we opened presents.
Yeah.
We had a tree.
We did
But-
have a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything was different.
Yeah, I think that's really tricky because we landed on Halloween,
Mhm.
and immediately on November 1st there was Christmas music, which I thought would be great, that we'd get a holiday feel. And then that's kind of where it ended. There's holiday music played, Christmas music, the classics, like in stores and things. But they don't decorate at all, really. So stores had Christmas stuff, and I would say
Some
yeah.
stores had Christmas stuff, and some stores had some Christmas stuff.
Right. Definitely not like, oh, back to school, great. Halloween gets like 2 weeks and then bam, Christmas. Not like that, but and maybe I noticed it earlier on because like I did some of the running. So like I went to different stores and like picked up stuff we needed while you were working. So I saw a little bit more, Christmas decorations, but um yeah, like a fourth of what you would see in the States. But then, even closer to Christmas, the biggest one for me is that they don't decorate yards. You can find inflatable Santas and inflatable things at their hardware stores. Like they have outdoor lights, they have outdoor decorations. I don't know who's buying them.
Well, there's no point.
I
There's
never
no
saw
point.
anything out.
That's because the sun is still up at 10 o'clock at night. Why would you light something up?
That's fair.
It doesn't light up.
You know what? You make an interesting point. Maybe houses are lit up. We never drove around after the sunset.
Well, of course not. That's because that's 3 o'clock in the morning. We were just talking about the fact that because our little guy is having a hard time going to bed because the sun is very, very awake still. And I said, yeah, like it's kind of odd, in the summer, the sun is up and we go to bed before the sun goes down. And then in July, the sun's going to go down, and we'll still be awake. And Alex's face was like, excuse you, me?
It feels weird.
Don't you dare say that out loud to me.
No. But it's true. Like my brain can rationalize that, but that feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to circle back to that. I'm not ready for that. But
yeah,
yes.
like okay. So the best way I can describe it is the transition happens to Christmas, or at least a couple years ago. The transition happened for Christmas over like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And at the peak in Christchurch, it was like that first day when Christmas was turning over in the States. Like you saw that it was happening. You knew what was going on, but it was very much so not the focus of conversation.
Right.
Even in the mall this last week.
Yeah.
Like I went to the mall a couple days before Christmas and there were some Christmas decorations, but not a whole bunch.
Well, and I think that's the other different thing that we noticed. We saw some cool Halloween things that we wanted to get for our little guy for Christmas, and we're so used to, well, great, on November 1st, the Christmas or the Halloween things will go on sale. And that's not how they do things, which I like, but we didn't really know what to plan for. They put their holiday items on sale 5 days, maybe a week before the holiday, which is really great because then you get to buy and use that decoration or whatever it might be. But we didn't know that, so we were very surprised when we went back that next week, and it's as if Halloween wasn't even acknowledged. But then that week before Christmas, we see things pretty considerably, I'd say, marked down, and we're like, oh, okay, so they just put their holiday stuff on sale before the holiday.
I almost got a decorative kiwi. I was really excited about it.
I'm
It was a light
surprised.
up.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't do it.
Listen, I'm trying to be on budget. And I understand how ridiculous that is because I went to the scuba store today.
Yes.
But like I really am like
No,
trying
and
to
that
be on
makes sense.
budget and be reasonable. And like our stuff is coming this week. And until all of our stuff is in the house and like put away, I didn't want to gather a large kiwi bird
Sure.
that lit up. But
That's
like, didn't I?
I mean, it would have been kind of cool, but
Next year.
yeah, I get it. That makes sense. And we do have holiday stuff coming, so
So much.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that just decorations was probably the biggest thing
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Well, and like typically we would decorate our house.
Mhm.
So I am firm believer of Halloween goes until midnight November 1st. So like Halloween night and then it changes over.
Mhm.
And Jack turns into Santa Claus
Yep.
and we have Christmas.
Yep.
And then on the 26th Christmas is over. It's done. Take it down. And so our house really only had an adorable tree.
Mhm.
To be fair, it had lights on it. We got lights. And then he had little books, like an advent calendar, and so we put like little books on it, and that was really it. And then we made some ornaments.
Yep.
And had them on there, but really that was our decorations. I think it was fun and it was really cute, but also very Kiwi understated.
Yeah.
And so it didn't feel like Christmas.
No, it definitely didn't really have that Christmas vibe. I would say probably around like Thanksgiving, I felt the most Christmassy, and then it kind of disappeared for a while. And then honestly, I think it's having a toddler is really the only reason it even
We
felt like
remembered.
Christmas. Yeah, which was good. And we did get to FaceTime with my family for a little while, and that was really nice. And that felt a little festive, kind of like we're not there, but we still got to kind of, do something family. But I wouldn't even say it's the warm weather. It was just not seeing the typical things that remind you of Christmas.
However,
Yes.
the day before Christmas, we went
Yes.
to a dino situation,
That was
and
cool.
she has these inflatable dinosaurs that have
Mhm.
like Santa hats and presents, and it was a total vibe.
It was awesome.
And like that was a lot of fun. And she's like, "Oh, did you go to the house up the road that also has decorations?" And I'm like, "We are not in Kansas anymore."
No, but it was cool. The little guy had a blast, and that was a really cool way to spend a little block of Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so here's another thing. In the States, typically we would put in potatoes overnight in the crock pot, and then we'd wake up uncomfortably early in the morning, eat really quickly, possibly open presents, but probably not, get in the car and drive a couple hours to go by my parents.
Yep.
And on the way, we would stop at Starbucks, we would stop at Quick Trip, we would maybe stop at McDonald's,
Mhm.
depending upon the girls.
Yep.
And so there's 3 places right out the gate that we know for sure are open. There's more.
Mhm.
Like people in the States go to movies and they like go and do all this different stuff. Like it's you go out, you can go to the grocery store if you need something, right? Here, nothing. Nothing is open.
Nope.
Nothing. You can't go to the grocery store. There's no coffee shops that are open. I guess McDonald's was open.
Probably.
But like that's what's really cool
Mhm.
is everybody's like, "Hey, let's just chill. Let's kind of hang out. Like everybody gets to spend time. And then we're going into summer vacation, and anything that is open, you actually pay a surcharge
Yes.
for the holidays. So they have to pay their employees more. And so they charge you for that, which
Yep.
I think that's really cool.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you want something that bad that you're gonna go and get it, you're paying for it,
Yeah.
which yeah, I mean it makes sense.
And then the next day, capitalism or Boxing Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we didn't really do. I think our little guy is coming down with something. He hasn't quite hit a fever, but
Hmm.
definitely under the weather. So we stayed in, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a day for people to go out, exchange maybe the things they didn't like, or maybe get some sales. I guess well, yeah, they do it like Black Friday sales.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I got so many emails from the stores just showing me all the deals. And I'm like, okay, I don't need anything. Our stuff is coming possibly tomorrow. Well, landing in port tomorrow. And which a friend of mine from 100 million years ago at Wells Fargo is on a cruise ship around this area and is coming
Nice.
into Littleton. And
Oh,
they
that's
commented on
cool.
the post being like, "Oh, that's far away." And the funny thing is it's 12 minutes away. It's 12 minutes from our house. And I know that for sure cuz we drove there today
Yep.
to go and look cuz that's where the ports are and that's where things are coming in. So, that's really cool.
That's really
Okay.
fun. You touched on though, like the cheesy potatoes in the crock pot. So that is another thing that was very different this year. So when we think about Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner, we've got ideas in our head, right? Like there's always a tried and true. There's a couple shakeups, depending. Uh, Off the top of my head, in this moment, we did not get taco dip, which some of you might be like, "What?" But it is a staple.
Very sad.
We did not get taco dip.
Please extend your condolences.
You did not get your peanut butter balls.
Oh, honestly, was it even Christmas?
No, but it was. But on my side, we do Polish sausage, typically ham.
Oh, and that bread.
Oh, the artichoke bread. I didn't even think about the artichoke bread.
Yeah.
Man, okay. Okay.
So
Yep.
all the good stuff.
Yep. And then my mom does
Hash
the
browns.
Polish sausage noodle sauerkraut dish. I know that's like you were not a fan, but nonetheless, I miss it. There's a spot in my heart. So
And hash browns. Hash browns.
the
In the
cheesy,
freezer
yeah.
section, shredded
Oh,
hash
yeah.
browns. They don't exist. There's no
Still,
such thing.
maybe
What?
not. I can't
Okay.
tell. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. None of these
Yeah,
foods.
I didn't even think about that. Okay, so the shredded hash browns in the freezer section.
Oh. I apologize. These are non-alcoholic.
No, it's okay.
Continue.
Sorry.
I love the Cups Russia, but I am not built for them.
That's right. We'll clean that up. Okay, yeah. So you can't get shredded hash browns, and maybe you can. Maybe someone from New Zealand will see this and yell in a comment section.
They're all pack and save
Yeah,
by
but
the waffles that I can't find.
that's hilarious. But I could not find them. I walked up and down the freezer section. I thought, well, maybe they've got like a simply potato and shredded in the refrigerator section. No, so
Well,
it's
and
fine.
here's the funny thing about that. The food selection, very small, right?
Which is all right.
Great.
Yep.
Except for potatoes. They have the largest variety of potatoes out of anything, but very few hash browns. Not a big frozen breakfast food country.
No. So
Specifically waffles.
yeah.
I go, get over here.
So that's fine. I bought and cut up, diced, and made them in the oven instead of the crock pot, and they were delicious.
Oh my gosh.
They worked
I just have to, no.
really well.
No. we will never go back to Wisconsin Christmas potatoes.
No,
They will always be
these hit
New Zealand
for sure.
potatoes.
And you know what? A change is good. I prepped them the night before, had them all in the fridge, and then put them in the oven. It worked. No complaints on that. Um, I'm more upset. I could not find Polish sausage, so we settled for brats, which is okay. Closest thing I was going to be able to get to Polish sausage, and it worked out because our toddler, who's been pretty picky with food, ate 3 of them. So, and they were good. They were good brats. am not upset. They were good. They're not Polish sausage, but it worked. Food looked different, and you and I had talked on Christmas that like the body keeps the score. I think we were so used to like grazing throughout the day.
Veggie tray, fruit tray, cookie tray, pies,
Yep.
torts.
Jared usually did a nice cheese board.
Oh my god,
It just
charcuterie.
all like I think our body was just hungry all day, and it was fine, and we made it work, and it was a nice Christmas dinner. But I would not consider it.
It was Tuesday.
It was.
It was a
It wasn't.
Tuesday.
Yeah. It was a
And
holiday
also,
meal.
it was the day before Christmas for you all.
Mhm.
Santa rolls out in New Zealand first. And which that was really cool. A friend of mine sent me NORAD saying like Santa was spotted in your area, which I thought was really cool.
That's cool.
But it was a very regular stay-at-home day. My sister ordered from a local store and had some gifts sent for our little guy, which was really cool.
That was really cool.
It was really fun because typically for Christmas we would like go to different houses and there's like a lot of different presents, and for us we don't do a lot. We typically do a big present and then like a couple little things.
Yep.
And so he had a big present, I think 2 or 3 smaller ones. We had 2 family presents. And then ours, like you went to the Dark Sky Project and I get to go scuba diving. Mermaid. And so even unwrapping presents, it was a very fast process.
It was, which wasn't bad because as we opened things, if it was something Mr. Magoo wanted to play with, we took 10, 15, 20, 60 minutes for him to play with that toy. So instead of it being like a half hour of unopening the presents, it was like 3 hours. And then there was still a family gift that we opened the next day. So it was nice that we were able to kind of relax, but
and slow down.
Yeah.
I greatly so I feel like I think it was 2 sides of the same coin. Number 1, it was my favorite Christmas we've ever had, and number 2, it was my worst Christmas we've ever had. It was my favorite Christmas we've ever had because we just got to do it our way. It got to be like slow. Like you said, we opened a present and then we played with it for a half hour or so. And then we opened the next one. Like we got to be really chill and like we were still opening presents the next day. It was my least favorite because even though it is chaotic to go by family, not being able to be with family was awful. Like that's what made it not feel like Christmas.
For sure.
Like even the not great parts sometimes of like being around family, like I missed all that.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a void in that regard. I think on our 22nd through yesterday, I noticed like all 3 of us just getting a little shorter at different points with each other. And on Christmas Eve, it kind of dawned on me that I'm like, well, you know what? Like it is very different. And even though it was, it was good and it was fun and like nothing was bad about it, but I think just knowing like we're missing everyone back home, and don't get me wrong, we've been in shorts and that has been wonderful, but like it wasn't cold. Like that feels weird. Like it just didn't feel right, but it kind of felt like more like we were having Christmas on a vacation.
That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna, and we did take pictures with Santa on the beach.
we did,
Lovely.
which was fun.
But I think it was also like one of the first times that it really, really feels, and Mr. Magooster is talking a lot more about our things coming and about our Wisconsin house and about our New Zealand house
Mm-hmm.
and about Herbert, our dog, coming, and just about the permanency is not the right word because like there's no guarantee like for how long we'll be here, but just we're not on vacation.
Yeah.
And having a holiday here almost solidified it,
Mm-hmm.
but we're also not in a routine.
Right.
And we're not going to be in a routine for all of November, all of December, or all of January. And for 3 neurospicy people, that is worst case scenario. We will make it through because functionally there's no way out of it. But like also,
Yeah, I mean, we came close to a routine for a good 2.5 weeks. While Mr. Magooster was in kindy, and which is like a preschool kind of vibe, and he was doing really great. It was a half day program, so Sarah was working. I was doing other things to kind of get the house settled, going grocery shopping, like doing stuff that way. And then on the 19th, it was their last day, December 19th, and then they don't go back until middle of January, which is awesome. And again, it's like their summer vacation, so that makes sense. But even where he came from, there was an opportunity for like childcare on off times, and I think there is, but the mentality here is no, it's summer vacation. Everybody is taking summer vacation, which is awesome. But then, yeah, it threw a wrench into our system where now we're out of a routine again, and we're we're doing our best. It's most days are really good. Some days they are really hard. Even our little guy was like, "Well, I'm going to kindy tomorrow." I'm like, "No, bud, it's Saturday." And then he's like, "Okay, well then the next day." And I'm like, "No, actually, it's going to be a couple weeks." And he's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, what do you want to do at kindy? Like, we can do the same things here. Like, is it the Play-Doh? Is it the sandbox?" And he's like, "This will be fine." And I'm like, "Okay." Um, so we're making the best.
well, I think the hard part of being out of the routine
Mhm.
is we don't have all of our things. Like, we don't have our couch. We don't have, like, our living room is just a terribly, it was my first mistake of buying a table on Trade Me.
Okay.
I there were some lessons. There were some lessons early on about where to buy things and things. But it's like my office ish, but
Mhm.
then really an empty room. Like half of our house is incredibly empty or just like has some furniture. Like it's really wild. And I know this episode is getting long and we'll come back in and we'll talk
Yeah.
more about it. But I think having everything happening across the holidays and also it feeling like vacation, but not staying in a vacation house that's fully set up is making it really tricky.
And yeah,
Yeah.
overall though, it was a good day.
Mhm.
It was a good Christmas Eve. It was a good Christmas. And because we were celebrating remotely with family in the States, we kind of got like a 3 day, which was pretty cool that way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
but
for
there are
those of you
differences.
wondering, we have made friends, like quite a few. We had our neighbors over a couple times. One of them even came over for a few hours on Christmas Eve. Um,
So what I'm hearing is we weren't like forced to just like self isolate.
yeah, we had options, and like so, if you're like, oh, they're lonely. These poor sad people moved to the south of the world and they have just hibernated in a treehouse. That's not true.
It's firm.
We do have friends. We do have people over. They sit on patio furniture in our dining room. It's fine. But also, like, it's kind of chaotic.
It is.
And it's going to be the stories that we tell for the next 40 years of
For sure.
like, do you remember when?
Yep.
Do you remember when we tried to get rid of the cat pee out of the house for months? That's for another day.
That's for another day. But
But oh,
we moved to New Zealand.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.